Yeah.
Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise news analyst Emmanuel Ifeni, the great Malabite, and one of those people from Delta State marginalizing other people. Ifeni is also from Delta Central.
And I'm also from Warri.
The two guests that we had,
I'm from Warri.
They said you Delta Central people, you are dominating everywhere, and you are here, Delta Central.
Well, it's not anybody's making. And solution, the president can appoint just another minister from one of the two senatorial districts. After all,
to increase the list.
After all,
48.
Ogun State has 3. It's already a bogus cabinet. So why don't solve problem by making just one more?
And then from Ogun State, 2 of the nominees are from Ogun Central.
Can you now see?
You can go on.
Ogun State has 3.
You can go on.
People in Delta feel marginalized. Why will Ogun State have 3? As long as they will have
give us a third one and solve some of these
Lagos has
issues.
Lagos has only 2.
Have a cabinet of 100.
Okay, let's just move on. Ruben. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai. Without air. Yes. Now we start the review with this day. Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story. ECOWAS heads of state meet Thursday after expiration of deadline to Niger Junta. Mali, Burkina Faso pay solidarity visit to coup plotters. France suspends flights to Mali. Burkina Faso. US sees window of opportunity to end crisis. Yes, ECOWAS leaders, heads of state, will meet on Thursday. What will be the resolution for that meeting? From that meeting, will it be a marching order to the chiefs of defense of the countries in the sub-region to march into Niger Republic and boot out the coupists from power? Well, many have said there's still room for diplomacy, and that room should be explored to the fullest, because the consequences of a military action cannot just be determined before it starts. It may just go all the way, and countries, especially Nigeria, will just get bogged down in a war by the northern borders. And of course, leaders in the north are saying no to military action. Of course, if you look at other newspapers, the Business Day newspaper is reporting Nigeria's $1.3 billion trade via Niger at risk on border closure. And of course, the closure of the border as a result, part of the sanctions on the military junta between the northern corridor and the Niger Republic has put at risk $1.2 trillion worth of trade along the Trans-Saharan road, the road network connecting 6 African countries: Algeria, Chad, Mali, Tunisia, and Algeria, of course, Niger, and of course, Nigeria's 7 northern states are part of that Trans-Saharan road, which has been a major trade corridor over the centuries. More so now, the number of trailers stuck on the Nigerian border bringing goods to Nigeria. Of course, traders who are waiting for those goods will just be left hanging for now. And goods that are to be taken from Nigeria to Niger, those traders will also have excess stocks in the markets around Kano and places in Jigawa State also. So what will happen? We'll wait till Thursday when ECOWAS heads of state will meet. Now, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, new ministers, why Senate withheld El-Rufai, 2 others confirmation, Alake Wiki, Tunji Ojo, Party, Betaidu, 40 others confirmed. Keyamo scales through after apologizing over disrespect to Senate. Yes, the curtain being drawn on the ministerial screening, but 3 ministerial nominees are still waiting to be confirmed, as it were. And reason given for that security clearance, including Nasiru El-Rufai and Ms. Okotete from Delta State, as well as a third ministerial nominee there, who are yet to clear the security hurdle, as it were. But Festus Keyamo, yes, had a sweating time yesterday. He was looking very sober on that podium, looking like somebody in the dock in the court. But again, somehow, Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, found a way to get him out of the trouble, as it were, and he was eventually confirmed. Now, another story on front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, below the photograph, emulate Jakonde's selfless service. Sanwo-Olu Oshoba orders tax political office holders. Nigerian Guild of Editors holds memorial lecture in honor of the late ex-governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef, the late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde. Of course, a man who is a beacon of the journalism profession, practiced journalism, was a publisher, and of course, when he went into politics, it made the difference. Perhaps more journalists should be given opportunity. If you go by the Jakonde example, is the real father of modern Lagos. The Lekki Road that recent governments have been constructing, reconstructing, breaking roundabouts, breaking and putting traffic lights over the last 20 years was actually constructed by Lateef Jakonde. Of course, his signature housing project dot all over Lagos today, the Jakonde Estate, named after him, not because he asked for it, but because it was the ones that put housing at the disposal of the common man. Many poor civil servants had a home because of Jakonde's effort. So on a day like this that took place yesterday, to remember a man who ruled the state, and it was fitting that it was the Nigerian Guild of Editors that had to organize that memorial lecture, not Lagos State government. And I'm sure Lagos State can do better in immortalizing, remembering Lateef Jakonde, a.k.a. Baba Kekere, as it was called back in the day. Now, the Vanguard newspaper, yes, I look at the story below the photograph, the Vanguard newspaper. No plot to impeach deputy governor, says Obaseki. Yes, the back and forth in Edo State between Obaseki and his deputy, Philip Shuaibu. I read reports somewhere else where the elders of Edo North, some elders are saying they are dissociating themselves from the gubernatorial ambition of Philip Shuaibu. But I think Philip Shuaibu should come out clear what is the problem. But he's going to court to stop a perceived impeachment plot. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, Niger, ECOWAS leaders perfect action plan. That's the lead story. But I just look at the story beside the masthead. Akpabio promises to take up Southeast case for appointment of more ministers. Of course, the Southeast in this bogus ministerial list have only 5 nominees, 1 per state. And they are asking that at least there should be 1 for the geopolitical zone, as has been done by the president for other geopolitical zones, namely the Southwest, the South, the Northwest, the North Central, and of course the Northeast. Southeast should get 1 additional. And Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, has said he will take that matter up personally with the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he promised that he will get results for the Southeast. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, Chicago University, Tinubu files motion to block U.S. court from releasing records to Atiku. Says Atiku's petition falls under 1974 privacy law for American students. We are not opposed to Tinubu's motion, Atiku's lawyer. Yes. So, yesterday we reported that Atiku has filed another case to get the educational documents of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in America. And of course, there's the Tinubu camp has also filed their own counter-suit, counter-motion, as it were. Now, if we just look at just one foreign newspaper quickly, one foreign newspaper, the Independent newspaper, Foreign Office fury at sanctions busting by Russian allies. Of course, Britain hopes to act immediately after Ukraine's first lady dramatic plea in an exclusive interview that some countries are busting the sanctions against Russia. Robert, Rufai, and
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Efeni. We're told we've run out of time. But just very quickly, the federal government, through the Ministry of Justice, has withdrawn plans to charge the NLC and the TUC for contempt.
Better.
Because NLC had said if they did not, by August 11, they will go on strike.
Better.
So for the sake of peace, I think that the Ministry of Justice has taken a wise decision upon the intervention, they claim, of President Tinubu to allow sleeping dogs to lie. But we'll see if there are other developments, because there's still another August 19 deadline from the organized labor. Thank you, Efeni, the man from Delta Central. We take...